Okay, after much deliberation last night, I decided that I had put the door on wrong, and I've had a couple of comments today, or one comment for sure, suggesting the same thing. I'd already decided I was going to move it. It wasn't right how I'd done the door to the secret garden, so I've moved it, and it looks way better now. It's definitely the right way now, and I've now realised why this back looked not quite right, and it's simply because it didn't have these strap hinges on it. Now it does, and it looks way better. I still may fill in the bottom. I'm still not quite happy with that look. It doesn't look like a gate as such, and that's because I've chopped it down from a door. Remember, it was rotten at the bottom, so I had to chop that off. So we've made that change. So now it sits correct, as it should. It comes into the secret garden. I'll just show you. So it now pushes into the secret garden. As I should have done this yesterday. I don't know what the hell I was messing about at, really. I just had it in my head that that's what I'd do. And I've had to make other changes as well. Not only did I make that change yesterday, I've had to do a similar thing today down there, and I've had to change the very way it sits there. And the reason being is because of this section here. So that section there was swollen, really, by the moisture in the rain. It's swollen. That's why they've taken off a section there. As you can see, the white goes into the brown, and that's because they planed it up. And I've had to do something similar this morning. It's been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. It's a 20-minute job, really, to correct this, but because of the changes I made to it yesterday, I had to make complete changes today to the bottom one. So yesterday's changes was to the top strap hinge, but today I've had to do exactly what I did to the top one. This morning, or just now, I've had to change that again. So although the strap hinges aren't sitting exactly in a similar position on the door, they still look good. And it does look good from here. Show you that window again that so many of you like. I love it. It might go in, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But here's the view. So when I'm sat here in the secret garden itself, this is the view I get. It's lovely, look at that. That's lovely. But that bottom bit is really bugging me. And I think it's just the bits at the bottom that go into a V shape. If they weren't there at all, I think it'd be okay. And maybe I could remove those, but I think what I would do is weaken the strength of the actual gate itself. Now it is a gate and not a door. Now we're not decided whether or not we're going to paint that black. So this is one time when I will allow you to have an inclusion here and give me your opinions. What do you think? White or black? I'm favouring black at the moment, having sat with it a couple of days. I'm not quite happy with the way it is at the moment. Now I'm going to actually hold out at the minute. That's my daughter up there at the background. Wave, Chloe. That's my daughter. She's up from St Andrews, or down. I've not decided fully yet, because remember, this section here has yet to be cut in. So these sections here, they've got to be cut down, and they've got to slot into the back there, and they'll sit quite neatly, as do these, like this. So they'll pretty much look like that. And they look quite nice. Now these bits, as I said yesterday, they're the new bits ready to take those. And we've had a big discussion, and I've had a big discussion with myself, to be honest, as to whether I am going to put that round window in there. And as somebody pointed out, I think it was Laurel, I'm not sure if it was Laurel who mentioned it, that door would come into the inside and block that window, which would be a shame. And she was right. She was spot on. And it was a thing I was toying with last night. Sad enough, when I go to bed, I'm thinking about it. But the door shuts lovely now, and it actually comes back on itself. So it's not doing it at the minute, but it does. It shuts lovely. As I said yesterday, we've got there where the door handle was. That's got to be changed. So the door handle will probably come up further here, be up there, and we shall do a lot of filling. There's a lot of filling to do now. Now we've messed about, but I'm a lot happier now. I've yet to do the clapper bar properly. The idea is that you don't have a gap. So I shall remove the bottom section, push it tight against the door, and then you'll never know that the door isn't sitting flush. The door is sitting flush, but not perfectly flush. But there's ways of hiding that, and that's how you do it. So I think you'll agree that's a lot better. Thanks to the person who pointed that out, but I was already aware of it. I already knew. I wasn't happy with it. I was going to do this next weekend, but I've managed to find an hour and a half today to manage to do that in between my daughter coming over from St Andrews and me taking her out for a meal. So that's now done, so I'm happy now again. That was really bugging me, I must admit, that section. And the round window might look good. I'm still not decided, because I just think it'll suit it better with a more rectangle type window, and that would be easy to create that kind of look. But I don't know. I'm gonna actually put all those bits of wood up first. I'm gonna make sure it has this look first, and that will come up here and up and up and up right to the top there, as it is at the back, as it's showing at the back. That's not in yet, but that's what it's practically going to look like. And remember, we've got a climbing hydrangea here, and the idea has always been for the climbing hydrangea to completely cover this section. So that's what we've got to be mindful of, because as it grows, if there is a window in there, it will want to go in front of the window as well, and I shall have to do a bit of clipping back, and that would be easy enough. But looking at it from there, yeah, it maybe will look good. It will present its own problems when I start putting that in. I already know how I'm going to do it, but I know it's going to leave a bit of a problematic little section. But we shall deal with that as and when I get to it, which hopefully will be next weekend. So yeah, it's looking nice, isn't it? I think that's better, isn't it? It satisfies me, hopefully satisfies anybody who thinks, well, I think you made a bit of a cock up there. Hopefully that's sorted that out. And it definitely looks better with the strap hinges on the back. It definitely breaks that up now. It doesn't look so silly at the back. So I was not happy with that back. That's why I wanted to give it a full coating of plywood just to cover it. Because it's very fancy, but it's just too fancy. Yeah. And don't forget, the idea is to make the secret garden more secret and more enticing, isn't it? It's enticing if you come down the garden. Let's have a look. So as we come down here, you see, even just looking at it makes you want to go through it. Looks a lot better. Now, one thing I have decided is I'm going to put some type of fence here, just here, across here, up to this berberis here. It's just going to be a little wooden fence. In fact, probably demonstrate it with this. This isn't the type I'm going to be putting up, although it would work. It'll be something like this, going across, so it just blocks it. Bear with me. So we'll have some type of fence going across to the berberis. Yeah, that's a bit over the top, but I'll use something like the Lincolnshire post and rail. In fact, something like this iron railing fence here would actually suit it really nicely, but unfortunately I don't have enough of that to stretch. Well, that probably would. Do I want to take it off there and put it on there? Maybe, who knows? If I might be able to find another bit. There might be one somewhere I've forgotten about. So we'll put some sort of little fence there, and I think it'll look nice just there. And yes, it's not going to make it too secret at the moment. We've got to wait for things like this Taxus baccata Davidii to catch up, and it will catch up, but it's still a columnar type shrub, and it may take time. I'd be better putting some sort of another bamboo up there or something, a chunkier bamboo, which I've got one, so I probably could do that to it. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. Okay, so there you go. Another update. As I said, it would change, and it has changed. Okay, thanks for looking. Talk to you later. Ta-da.